My name is James, and I do crisis outreach and risk assessments on children 0 to 21. We actually were tracking the storm at my office for a couple days prior to the hurricane. We were following it basically, I believe, around right before it hit Florida, all the way up to Bermuda, and we were following the models basically day by day. When it hit, I was with my wife and my 3-year-old daughter at her house. I always have a level of anxiety, so I think that's actually what helped us focus on what the storm could be. I think the little bit of anxiety pushed for more of ability to be prepared. With having like 10, 15 gallons of water, all the canned foods and everything you had, I don't think there's any way that you can really feel prepared, because the hurricane, you never knew when anything was going to happen. You didn't know when the lights were going to go out. You didn't know if this was going to happen. You didn't know if trees were coming down. It's just when you least expected things is when it kind of happened. I think we're going to see people feeling more anxious and shocked later down the road. I think right now you're seeing a lot of people that are initially shocked still from the storm. It's only a couple weeks past. So I think as we go a month, 2 months, 3 months down the road, you're going to see the people that were displaced. We have schools that are out of districts now that are going to different parts of the state in order just to maintain school. So I think we're going to start seeing this more down the road rather than right now. I think that somebody that's having anxiety right now, I think is good. I think that you should have anxiety. You should be scared following a storm. It's not like it's something minor that happened. So I think having some level of anxiety or some level of fear is going to make you be a little more prepared next time. Who's ever out there, if you have questions, you have feelings, talk about it, research it. I'm doing okay. I think I kind of like science, nature, and weather. I think the biggest worry I have is we bought a house last year. We've had 2 hurricanes in 2 years, or 2 storms, however they want to call it, in 2 years. The thing is, how much more frequently is this going to be, and what can I do to help protect my family? So I think during the storm, a lot of people want to know about this person and that person. The first thought that went through my head was, how do I protect my wife? How do I protect my daughter? And what can I do at that time to increase our safety level? Because the next day, you could start finding out what everybody else is doing. But if you're not protected that night, you may not make it the next day. You never know what your situation is going to be. My daughter's kind of what kept me and my wife grounded. I mean, my wife works in a similar field. She works with adults with substance abuse and co-occurring mental illness, and I work with the children. So during that time, we're thinking the worst of everything. And the entire time, my daughter's sitting there spinning in circles and doing cartwheels and somersaults and just basically keeping it together better than I think me and my wife would have been had we been alone. What we did with my daughter, I think, was pretty cool. We followed her lead. When she asked to watch TV, we explained to her there was no power, but we took a cardboard box and we cut a square out of it, and we took her toys and we made a TV. I mean, it's not as what she was used to, but I mean, when Mickey and Santa Claus are having, this thing to save Christmas in a cardboard box during a storm, I think that she enjoyed it, and I think that's what we kind of focused on, was meeting her needs with what she wanted to the best of our ability.